screened all-tournament team with Carly, Molly Hurd, Riley Kate Wheeler, and Coach Ellison, and well, we're excited. That's to say an understatement. It was, for 2 years in a row, this has been the build-up to number 1 versus number 2. Kind of wish it was in the state finals, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, we still got 2 to go. And we're going to try to take it one at a time, not get too far ahead of ourselves. But very proud of our second half surge. They had us on their pace. They had it under control. Switched defense up a little bit. Sort of intentionally held back the 1-2-2 till the second half because it's harder to adjust than most presses if you're not used to seeing it. So, and then we had big shots by people that, you know, and we really needed it. They've really stepped up and been great leaders. Whether it's getting defensive rebounds or, like I said, making those big threes when we had to have somebody besides Molly score.
Was this the biggest deficit y'all faced at halftime this year?
Probably not. Probably New Hope was down a little bit more.
No, that's what I was saying.
New Hope. Yeah. Yeah. To win, yes.
Coach, in that third quarter, you guys outscored them 24-7, and that was huge. Don't get me wrong, but then again in the fourth, 20-16. So you won both of those quarters when you knew they were probably going to come out with their hair on fire in the fourth. Can you talk about the execution of that second half?
Well, about 5 minutes left, up 10. It was like, let's take only good shots. And until they throw a shot clock at us, we're going to make sure we're holding it until they give us a layup or a free throw. Or, you know, if things had opened up, we were still in go mode, but we wasn't just going to force anything, especially in the fourth quarter. And it's really hard to say. It's just, I'm ready to watch it again and see it as a fan instead of a coach.
It's hard to remember.
Well, maybe about a minute ago, you were walking to the free throw line, and Ace was walking with you, and all saying something and smiling. Can you share what was said there?
She told me, she asked me if I could miss any free throws. And I told her, I was like, I already missed 2. How many more you want? I love her though.
I mean, Molly, in that second half, I think you had 22 points. You know, what started clicking for you that, you know, that was not working in the first half for you?
Just trying to score, obviously, but just taking it to the goal more, and then my threes were going in, so just that.
And that kind of, that felt like it opened up the offense once your strides started going in. You know, it kind of opened up for you guys to spread the ball out a little bit, right, too, right?
Yeah, it did, definitely.
We were focused on the second half. First half spent too much time going sideways, not forcing the defense to stop us because we would stop ourselves going sideways. And it was go downhill, try to get a little more action early instead of us real stagnant and standing and watching one player. And when Callie hits that first shot coming out of halftime, we make a couple more quick defensive plays. All of a sudden, you know, we're on fire. And it's, a lot of it was defensive generated, but as Molly said, it's going downhill, trying to get to the rim. Because they help, you know, they guard the ball well, and their help defense is going to come. You just got to be ready for it. But they also have that backside dish that we got a couple of times there late.
These two girls right here was a combined 7 of 12 on the three-point line. I mean, that's huge, you know, in a game when Tinker, I think, only had 3. For them to come alive like that, talk about that a little bit.
I've been doing it for weeks now, and, you know, just to be honest, last year I had to take Kate out because she was shooting. She had that shoulder brace on and couldn't release the ball right. Nothing's right, but she worked her tail off, both of them. And we shoot a lot and try to simulate game spots a lot. And she knows, both of them know where their spots are and when you're feeling it. You know, it's, like I said, just really impressive and awesome, and just a big step up. Can't be more proud. You know.
For the girls, you know, Coach talked about it. You know, 1 against 2. This game has been, you know, hyped up all year. This is going to happen. You know, how does it feel to, you know, get them again?
Oh, it feels great. I mean,
Yeah.
this game had so much hype going into it, and we got the rematch.
The game everyone's been waiting for, really. Girls, what was the mood at halftime? You go in, it's Spring Gardens pace, all y'all are seniors. I don't want to say what's on the line because y'all know. What was the feeling at halftime? Obviously, it was pretty good by the response, but what was the mood, I guess?
It was really just go out after halftime and just leave everything out there. I mean, it's either win or go home.
Tell them what you told them on before I came in the locker room.
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I do remember actually. They're a good team. They're gonna make shots. We just have to keep pushing, keep the energy up whenever they start making shots, and it's really how we respond to them making shots. Because they're gonna make shots just like we are. We just have to respond better when they start making them.
Ricky Austin, Ace Austin, Neely Welch. Statement about the game. Hey, we just played a good team, had good players, got a great coach. No weaknesses. I told Coach Ellison before the game, I've been doing this 26 years, and I've watched 6 film on them, and I can always find a weakness on somebody to take advantage of. And I told him before the game, I see no weakness in you guys. And with that being said, to lose to them by 12, we had a chance, of course, but to lose them by 12, that speaks volumes of my team also.
Just talk about the third quarter. I mean, obviously they hit 6 threes in that 20.
Yeah, I wasn't happy the way we come out and played in the third quarter. I don't think we come out with any type of killer mentality. We kind of just cruised, like we were comfortable, satisfied, and I knew we told them in the locker room coming out, they're going to come out and hit us in the mouth. We said, you better be ready. They're going to throw the first punch. And we maybe we woke them up. I thought they could have done that in the first quarter also. And but hey, hungry team that knows how to win, and they knew it was time to. They knew it was time to step it up, and they stepped it up third quarter. I wish we would have had a little bit more fire about us in the third, but we never did really get no fire back about us the second half, and they just took it from us. I mean, they took it, and just got to give them credit. Give them credit. They're a very, very good team. Very good team.
Just talk about the start. I mean, you guys got out to a 9-point lead at halftime there. I mean, you got to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, I mean, we did. Felt good. We, kind of basically got the same looks we've been getting all year. People that scored still got buckets. I know Sarah last year didn't handle the first quarter good down here. And, I know that's been in her mind for a year. And I thought she showed up in the first half and played really strong. And I thought, we had a good start for us. It could have easily been the other way. Going in at halftime up 9, I mean, I thought, wow, this is going to be down to the horn, But I was proud of the way we came out and played. I mean, we were really focused, and I loved the look in our girls' eyes when I saw them this morning at 8 o'clock and we went through shoot around. Man, there was not one girl doubted. I think last year, no Ace even said it to me last year. I thought we kind of came down here, didn't know if we could win. It was unknown. 2A, Pisgah, never played. This year, these girls, all year they had a different attitude. They knew they could win, and it just didn't work out our way. Played a really good team.
Girls, just talk about the start, if you will. You got the start that you wanted. It just fell apart there in the second half.
I mean, we always do talk about coming out with a lot of energy and everything, but I mean, we knew at halftime that they was going to come out and they was going to throw a punch right back at us. So I mean, we can't go fix it now, but we can use that for next year and then keep it going every game.
Yeah, like I said, I'm proud of the way we came out. I wish we could have carried it into the second half. But I mean, it is what it is. I just hope that they come out with the mentality that we had in the first half all year next year.
Coach, if y'all was to tell you Callie Tinker had 3 points and the whole game, you'd think, and then, like you said, they had no weaknesses. Yeah. So then Wheeler and Holcomb go 7 for 12 from the 3-point line.
We pointed out at halftime, after the game, that Ace guarded her. She had 0 at halftime and held her to 3, took her 3. And 3, and if you had told me that coming in the game, I thought it would have been a little bit more. If we hadn't have done that, it might have been a 25-point loss. I mean, easily. So did our part there. Hard to control Molly. Our plan was we're stopping Molly. The other ones are going to have to, and we knew they could make them, but we wanted them to make them, not Molly. Well, we got a little bit of both. We didn't stop Molly quite like I thought we could with the help.
Coach, we talked about before the game about how kids having respect for each other, and it seems like I seen the girls and Ace and them were talking late, and she said Ace had asked her if she could miss some free throws, and it was like the rapport, because they just kind of let them play today, calls and stuff, and it seems like the rapport between the teams has been like a real classic game because of the matchup over the past 2 years. So I know this media days, here is not what you want to be on this side of it, but what's some negatives and positives that you can take out of the season for coaching, for players, something good from the season?
Anything? I mean, for me, once again, Pisgah's good. I'm looking at who's down here in the region championship games, and Pisgah can beat them all. Pisgah can beat them all. Well, where does that put us? That put us 12 points behind Pitt. We're right there with anybody down here. We beat the 5A. We're there with any team down here. So for me, Matt, taking forward is our standard don't dip. We're 31-2, and we're highly disappointed. And that standard don't dip. That's what I'm taking forward. Yeah, we're losing some great players. We're losing some great seniors, but I think that's the mentality that we've always had. We have a high expectation. I think that's what I still take forward from this. It gives me even more confidence to know we're there with a team as good as Pisgah. And yeah, put us in 3A. I play that. Put me in 4. It's tough. All of them would be tough. I'm not down in any of those other classes, but one of my messages, it don't get any tougher than playing Pisgah. Pisgah can compete with any of them. We're right there with them. That's what I'm taking forward. Is I'm proud of this bunch, and really proud for our seniors to have such an incredible year, and to back up the want to get back down here.
Hey, so on the lines of what you were talking about, when you went out for the all-tournament team, you and Molly said something to each other and laughed. Can you share what was said there?
Well, I said, so you're just going to go win state now? And she said, well, we'll try to. And then she said, well, right here, she said that was one of the funnest games she's played and how she loves playing against us. And, me and her, we're pretty good friends. Last year during the game, we talked to each other. And when I told her to miss a few free throws, she said, I done missed 2. Why miss another one? I said, to give us a chance. So,
Is that not cool? They're not Bird and Magic. Competitors.
Ricky, can you speak to the senior class, especially her?
Can I speak of them?
About the senior class.
Oh, wow. That's what I told them in the locker room. How many of you guys can sit right there and have to work so hard every day for 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds? How they have made me work unbelievably hard. And I told them, man, I have worked so hard, but they've given me a reason to. And how fun is that? That they can, make me work that hard every day, and every day that we're not at practice. Neely was an 8th grader down here, and somebody asked a question about, who's this 8th grader? And I said, I know nobody knows who Neely Welch is right now, but before she graduates, everybody's going to know who Neely Welch is. So nobody calls her Neely Welch anymore. It's Neely or Welch. And so she's made herself a household name, and she's that player you want on your team. That's a tough matchup. She's that inside, outside, and I think the whole team, pivots around her and Ace. But I think Ace actually has fed a lot off of Neely's leadership, and they really they've had some really good things that happened in the game for them that I know that they'll remember forever, and that don't happen without that commitment and sacrifice that she has went through her whole career since, kindergarten. She wanted to be a Spring Garden girl basketball player when we had little dribblers in kindergarten, and I knew her then, and I was like, wow. And, looking back at that right now, it's a lot of basketball, and I've enjoyed it.
You have thoughts about your career?
First, I want to say thank you to everybody, the whole Spring Garden community. Coach Rout, especially, for believe it or not, he's built me into who I am today. I have struggles that I've always came to him about, and he's always been there to help me and my team do the best team I could ever ask for. And I would have never wanted to take my senior year on with anybody else. I just hope they do good from here on out.